Chapter 2. That was how it began. I was 16 years old when Saphan appeared. He looked like a god that had just come down from Mount Olympus. He offered strength, life, and security. His appearance, and the simple fact that huge spaceships orbited the planet, gave credit to his claims. At the time, I assumed that the pill was just his evil trick played upon the suffering masses, or at the very least, he had somehow failed at his larger goal, whatever that is. The golden pill would change us all, but a year later zombies began to replace mankind. His immediate departure fit the profile too. After all, what could you expect when a zombie cyborg operating without empathy or compassion has altered the nature of man? What else would a creature like him do but abandon his malfunctioning experiments? And there is the question of first cause. Even to this day, with all the knowledge I have, I still have not determined what was the first cause. For me, it started with strange dreams 2 weeks before the March 11th event, the day the lighting came. They were a foreshadowing of the experiences to come. These visions were not wish fulfillment or reenactments of my present life. No, these dreams were real. I started looking for answers in books and on the internet. I looked up remote viewing, lucid dreaming, and so on, but none fit. It was as if I had been peering into another life, several other lives were coming to me in my sleep. And I could remember them all. Every detail, even the smells and how I felt as each moment passed, still quickens my breath. I can remember walking through the school hallway during those weeks as if I was a zombie, lost in the implications of all I had seen. In one dream, I was a great scientist, in another I was a young man, a little older than I am now, still grieving over the loss of his parents. Then there was the carpenter, the builder/construction worker who was laid off preparing for an interview. In my wildest dreams, I was an 8-foot elf living on a world waiting at the end of time, preparing for the last battle that would decide the fate of all existence. These dreams were no light matter. They seemed to have weight, and I was bonded to each of the men from my dreams, for in a way, they were all me. I'm telling you this now because soon you will see that this story is but just a part of a much larger tale. I would not like to just drop all this on you at once, as I might have already done, but rather I want to prepare you now, as I was also prepared when the lightning came. The strange thing about what happened to me when the lightning struck me is that I somehow expected it to happen. I only realized this after the shock wore off, but I knew it was coming. Perhaps aura was the first cause. You will have to discover what aura is later, maybe in another story, but just be aware that men, not gods, made aura, and that event nearly destroyed everything, and still might. I will tell you now that when aura activated, she stretched the bonds of space and time, entangled them, and we, me, and my counterparts, some of who are directly responsible for this disaster, were left to clean up the mess. Many others like me, spread throughout the multi-universe, were the only ones in the whole world who knew what was going on. I felt crazy at times, being the only person who knew what Saphan actually was and why he was attacking us, or at least parts of his reasoning. I guess that is why I decided to write all this down before I leave. Those who were there, those who survived, don't need to be told. But the few remaining humans and their children need to know before what happened to us turns into some kind of myth and dream. I would have to write a saga to explain it all, but I hope this is enough. I've met others along the way who are deeply involved. They are beings from other places. They have shared their knowledge and experiences with me in the most profound way. And they gave me powerful technologies, an advantage that turned the tide in our darkest hour. By now you are wondering, what kind of book is this? Where are the zombies? Where is the blood? And I say, wait, keep reading, it's coming. I must stop here so that I do not get too far ahead of myself. So, from now on I will try to show you what happened rather than tell you.